I would like to congratulate Jair Bolsonaro. Those you'll know, he's the president-elect of Brazil newly, a couple days ago, and he succeeded against, I'm going to say, Haddad, which was his candidate at that particular time, or his opponent candidate. And, Brazil, did a little brief history on him. Brazil, he's the 38th president of Brazil. And it's just a country that's really underdeveloped at this moment due to corrupt politicians. You have, for instance, for an example, like, and the Monsanto scandal that happened in 2005. So that allowed, like, at the time, one of Michael Tremer's party, you had Lula da Silva, if I pronounce his name right, Lula da Silva. He was the one who implemented voters fraud. And it pretty much eliminated the voice of the Brazilian citizens to get, different laws in order. And it pretty much was a chokehold and a stronghold of the people. And this was the whole purpose of creating government. That's why we have states, countries, cities, mayors, and all this stuff, because it's a little bit more organized in the United States, because evidently the U.S. citizens want to have just a complete stronghold, or the government just want to have complete control over a citizen, so they can kind of break it up a little bit in a way. So they have the difference between the Supreme Court and the federal. But going in here in Brazil, if you succeed more than 50% of the majority vote, which he almost did, Basandro, he had 46% of the vote. According to Haddad, he had 29%. So what I can take away is this, that according to him in this campaign, Sandro, he said he's going to enforce tough laws. He's going to push Congress to create laws that's going to allow certain or some prisoners or some criminals to get out of prison, okay? Unless they serve a 1/6 of their sentence. Now, according to this, in Brazil right now, you have like candidates at this moment, like Haddad, he was really too soft on that. He wasn't enforcing too many laws, and he was saying that, well, I'm just gonna allow them to do whatever they want to do. I don't care. I'm just gonna allow them to do anything, and I'm not gonna, enforce laws on that. And a lot of the citizens like, wait a minute, man, it's 29 per 100,000 people are been murdered in Brazil. I mean, that's one of the highest ratios in the world. That's 5 times in the U.S. And, people wasn't rocking that. And I'm glad people actually enforced their ways and understood what was going on in this country. Like, hey, listen, we are tired of being the bottom feeders. The unemployment rate is extremely high in Brazil, man, because due to corrupt politicians, you got Lava Javato, who was one of the investigators of the Monsanto scandal 2005, that put Lucivia in prison. And some of these people have been kind of want to get out in prison. They want to do their own dirty work, but still keep their power and their greed, and not enforce any type of laws or anything that's going to help the citizens or the producing countries. And also too, Basandro, he's going to enforce that, or he's going to bring more agriculture and ministries here, revival and spiritual development here into the country. And I think that's a good foundation, sort of like a Billy Graham international ministry. I think that's really well, man, trying to eliminate a lot of the demonic influences in the country. And two, man, he wants to pretty much organize the law and order, man, provide a safe place for the citizens to have striving work, bring, I think he had a little controversy with Amazon. I'm not sure with that. But Amazon pretty much are not going to really working with Brazil as too much. I feel like he was going to be a threat, and it was kind of comparing him to like the fascists. It's like he said he's a positive reinforcement of Winston Churchill. Though you know about Winston Churchill, who was the known fascist in that particular time. That's where pretty much Adolf Hitler got his inspiration from, creating Nazi Germany. But at the same time, man, I just think this is a good direction for the Brazilian government, man, for Brazilian people. Maybe too, like the Congress are not going to do whatever they want to do. It's going to be very strict laws and strict rules, and you need to put someone that's righteous in there. And I think the citizens deserves that, man, because this is a beautiful country, but the citizens are living like crap, and it's undeserving. And for so many long times. You got politicians that get away with a lot of things, man. So, Sandro, retired military officer here, got like 6 children, so he's family man. He's ready to put things in order. I'm gonna do more research on him, man. But I think this is good. This is really good for the direction of people in Brazil. Go and vote for him, or continuously to be by his side. Even though he won, and Haddad, that's part of one of the reasons why he lost. I mean, so the rejuvenating the economy, and also too, the most important thing is the lowering the crime rate, because for instance, you have the Michael Tremer, one of the Michael Tremer's party. He actually, it was a Mother's Day parade going on, and it was a young woman who killed her mother and she was in prison, but she was released due to a Mother Day parade because of the politicians. And you want to, I don't know why they had this incentive of releasing so many criminals out of prison. I don't know why, so they can benefit everyone. That's not safe to the people that's being productive, trying to change their life around. Everybody doesn't need to benefit from the prison reform. So, Lissandro, that's the main thing why he